Welcome to the channel, guys. Welcome to the hair experience. I'm Curtis. I'm your guide to get your hair back on your head. I give you all the information I can to try to help. You've got myhairexperience.com. It's got the knowledge, ebooks, things like that. You've also got Hair by MHE. Between those two places, you can find the knowledge, the YouTube videos, the ebooks, the starter kit, and your hair units, guys. You can get everything you need from us directly, quality controlled by me. I touch every last unit. Tomorrow's Turkey Day, and I already feel fat. Just thinking about it. Anyways, MHE20 is the coupon code to save you 20% on your unit. What are we talking about? We're talking about two things today. First off is that keratin straightener that I got. I'll put a picture up here for you to see. Holy crap, the wife laughed at me. Hysterically, kind of, for longer than probably she should have. But it happened. I was scared, nervous, etc. We did it, and I immediately came home and washed it out because I looked at some of the comments on the videos, and we washed it out. So it didn't wash it all out. It kind of helped. It's kind of cool. It's kind of good, I guess. I don't know. Hit the comments below and tell me what you guys think. It's okay, good or bad. It's all right. But it'll wash out. It's nothing crazy, so it's not like I killed the rest of my hair. It's fine. So that's that. We're talking about shedding today, and shedding is, guys, shedding is a creature of, how can I even say this? It is just part of it. Some shed worse than others. Some don't shed really bad at all. Some shed out of the box, and I'm going to explain everything to you about shedding so it makes sense. Depending on the thickness of the base, realism versus longevity. I'm just kind of leading into shedding. Realism versus longevity is a big deal. It's what we're dealing with. Realism does not come with longevity unless you do not want to expose the hairline. You can do realism out of a French lace unit. Hell, you can even do it out of a monofilament unit that'll last for, I couldn't even tell you how long. It'll still shed though. But realism comes with a thin base, either a polyurethane base like a PU base, which would be our Invisiskin. I'm not just talking about my stuff, I'm talking about everybody's. Or a Swiss lace based is going to be your most realistic units. Well, with that, those things are so fragile and so fine that they will shed. Shedding happens to human beings. Look at your wife's brush or your boyfriend's brush that has hair, and look in that brush and it's full of hair unless they clean it. Shedding is just naturally occurring. It's going to happen. So even in our world, it's going to happen. And there's a couple of things that cause it and a couple of things we can do to fix it. First, I want to put out here too that if we do a template cut, okay, and you get that unit to your house, all right, I go through it and I brush it to make sure all of the hair comes out from cutting the template. Let's say you're cutting a lace base, okay, and this is like a pantyhose material. It's little squares, okay, or octagons or what have you, okay. Well, they're tying knots into this. Well, when the stylist cuts the base, they cut into those boxes basically, okay. When they cut into those boxes and they take the extra material away, a lot of times they do not get the hair that was attached to that enclosed box, okay, whenever they tied a knot to it right here and they cut the end of it off, that hair is going to just immediately fall out because it has nothing anymore to hold on to, okay. So if you get a unit from me or from anybody and you experience, once they've cut the template, you experience some shedding, it's going to be immediate and it's going to stop, okay? I just want to get that out there, and that's like that with anybody who cuts them. Some stylists brush them out, some don't, they just ship them the way it is. I brush them out, and I go through them and inspect them and make sure they're right. That's just how I roll. But you might still experience a little bit of shedding. It's not weird, it's not wrong, it's just the way it is. It's going to be like that with anybody. The next thing that will cause shedding is bleaching the knots, okay? When you bleach a knot, There is this fine line between being a rigid, good knot, okay, and also a bleached knot. Some hair just won't bleach. It's been processed and dyed, knotted, and that one hair just doesn't want to take the bleach. It does not want to bleach out. There is no win for it. It's just going to happen, okay? So that bleaching the knot breaks the knot down, makes the hair fragile and brittle, and it will cause shedding prematurely and cause the unit to fail, all right? I hope I can get through this fairly quickly so everybody understands it. I want the knowledge out there to you guys so you can understand what's going on and try to prevent it, okay? So when companies bleach the knots, they put this, they put bleach on it, they flip it inside out, they put bleach on the inside of it for 30 minutes, okay? They wash it off, they take it off, and it's a great, beautiful unit when you get it to your house. And I'm not talking about Hair by MHE, I'm talking about companies in general, okay? We have our knots bleached. Personally, my company bleaches the knots to the best perfection we can without sacrificing the knot and sacrificing the longevity of the unit. I hope that makes sense. There's this fine line to dance, okay? The next thing is if you get a polyurethane base, like a 0.03 millimeter V-looped polyurethane base, it's going to shed like anything else does. Shedding is something that is just going to happen. When that thing is V-looped into that polyurethane, okay, like this, okay, they put it inside of it, and they V-loop it like this, it's only, you can't overbrush these things. And I know I'm kind of going all over the place here, but I'm trying to stay focused on one thing. When you brush, it's going to yank, and it's going to yank on a Swiss lace too. So guys, when you brush hair, this is what could cause shedding. 90% of it is occurring when you're physically brushing the hair. The other 10% is probably just throughout the day, sleeping, things like that. When you brush the hair, we can't brush this hair like we did when we were kids. We can't just go banging through it, you know what I mean, and giving it hell and not caring. That's just not really how this works. We have to be conscious that this unit is so fragile that we want to protect our investment, okay? One of the things that we do with our units is the factory sprays a knot sealer when they ship. That's another thing that we pay for that's added onto ours, and that's kind of, I like to make us different. They spray it once, obviously. You get the unit, but that knot sealer is only going to last 1 or 2 installs, if even that. So every time, and I haven't really talked much on the channel about knot sealers, but they're a great product. I don't use them personally because I use a polyurethane unit, a V-looped, 0.03 millimeter V-looped unit, so I don't have any knots to secure with a knot sealer. Knot sealer is a great product. It kind of works in 2 different ways. It does what it says. It seals the knot, okay? When you're sealing the knot, you're doing the best you can to stop outside contamination from making the knot falter. When I say outside contamination, that's going to be styling products, shampoos, and conditioners. If you get a product, a styling product, a conditioner, or something like that that has any kind of wax in it, there's all kinds of different forms of wax, beeswax, and things like that that are in styling products or conditioners to try to shine the hair and smooth the hair, okay? That is going to take its toll on the knot of the unit. It's going to make the knot unravel like you're undoing a knot on a fishing line, and it's just going to come loose and the hair is going to shed and come out. That's what we don't want to happen, okay? So try the best you can to today, not seal, K-N-O-T, not seal the unit. It's a great product, it's inexpensive, it's easy to install, there's not a whole lot to it. When you brush through the units, I've done videos about brushing. Brush small sections at one time, okay? Brush small sections at one time. Don't do a front to back, here I'm out of the shower, sweep motion. You're gonna just get failure that way, okay? If you've got long hair like me, I start at the very ends, okay? And I kind of work my way through up and up and up and up and up. Because if you get a tangle up top and you start up top, you're going to brush the hair or brush the knot right down into the rest of the hair. And you guys know what happens when you force a knot to get together. It's just going to mesh together and make it harder and harder and harder to get it out. And you're just going to yank the hair out. It's all about fragile units and taking care of them to get the best results. Use the knot sealer. If you've got a 0.03 millimeter like what I wear, just take your time when you brush through the unit. You will get the longevity that you should by being cautious. Always remember, guys, I try to give you the best information I can. I try to tell you what I know works for me. Somebody else might say something different. I don't know. But this is what works for me, and this is what I try to pass on to you guys. I don't want you guys to spend money that you don't have to spend. I want you to spend money to get a product, get the life expectancy out of the product, get the value, throw it away, and go to the next. Old school guys, and if you're watching me, you're probably going to laugh. Old school guys dye their units almost every time they sit down in the chair at the stylist. And you're probably going, yeah, he's right. Or every other time that they sit down in the chair with the stylist to get their biological haircut. That was common practice back in the day. What I'm trying to create is saving you that money. So you don't have to spend that money on dyeing it and spending the time at the stylist so that you can throw the unit away and go to a brand new unit. Okay? That's my goal here. So I hope that explains shedding some. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. It just isn't anything that we can solve with perfection. It's like girls who wear bomb shoes, okay? It's girls who wear heels, these big heels, okay? They're banging hot in these heels. I think I just spit a little bit. They're banging hot in these heels, but I'm gonna tell you what, they're not as comfortable as they would be in a pair of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? You do things that look good at a somewhat of a sacrifice for another. My wife always says, I said, damn, baby, your feet don't hurt? She said, yeah, but I look good. You see my point here? That's what I'm trying to get across. That's what I got today, guys. Go gentle on the units. If you bang on them like a bad prom date, sorry about that, then it's gonna yield terrible results. That's all I got. That's what I got. So that is what it is. So that's what I got today, guys. And also one more part on shedding, just real quick. If you've got a lace unit and you need to remove it and do a reinstall, spray your head down with that adhesive remover like Stuck Be Gone that I offer, or C22. Spray your head down with that product and let the chemical work. Let the chemical do its job. Don't just go pulling it off, because if you do, the glue on the backside on your head is going to hold on to that hair. When it holds and binds to that hair, you pull the unit back, it's going to leave the hair stuck to your head. That's because you didn't let the glue, the adhesive remover, do its job first, so your scalp didn't hold on to the hair. Done. That's what I got. Turkey Day tomorrow, guys. How exciting. We spend time with our families, get to have fat boy turkey, and I'm already feeling my belly coming on. That's what I got today, guys. Subscribe to the channel. It's super important if you would consider it, and please hit that thumbs up button if you like my content and it helps. We'll see you soon, guys. Have a happy Thanksgiving.